Well, so this has come into question a couple times. The setup. A lot of people think that it's really expensive because stuff is big. So I figured do a breakdown. Honestly, I would prefer to do maximum of a 40 inch. I think this is 43, but this is literally the smallest, cheapest 4K capable TV that could be found in the market right now. Element. It was like $135 from Walmart. It's a couple inches upsize from the last one I had, but the last one I had was 1080p. Again, smallest, cheapest I could find at 4K. Obviously, 4K is kind of important for me for being able to test games and GPUs. This one was a buy two for 25 type deal, 1080p monitor from some office place. The keyboard came from a pre-built a couple years ago that I bought. My mouse and my half keyboard, my 50%, I've had these since 2011. It's not dusty, it's just grimy as hell. They've seen better days, but they're still expensive, so I don't want to buy any new ones. And they still work, so yeah, most of my gaming is on these because I like to play World of Warcraft. And while I was a World of Warcraft junkie early around 2009, 10, 11, and I'd say even 2012, maybe some in 13. Yeah, those were my heyday years of gaming. Back when I was raiding 3 times a week and my life was pretty much World of Warcraft. Now I rebuilt my setup because I was computerless for years. I rebuilt it for World of Warcraft. But again, I got 2 kids, wife, full-time job, and side jobs. So I don't play nearly as much as I used to. I mainly just kind of level grind. I don't even have the current expansion right now, and I haven't raided since 2014. Yeah, so yeah, even then, I have. That's why I say I'm not a gamer because there's nothing I'm dedicated with. Now, as far as the PC itself, 7700 XT, everything when it was brand new, I've spent like $750 on that rig. I would say that's expensive, but I know as far as like gaming computers, most serious people are spending $1,200 or more on their systems unless they're buying stuff used. So I would say this whole system is pretty cheap. 700, let's look at 750, 130. So almost 900. It's so this whole thing. Well, I guess if you count the price of the mouse, because the Razer Naga was like $100 brand new or whatnot. So I would say this whole system was probably $1,000, and I would honestly sell that in a heartbeat if I can get somebody to give me $850 for it. I've already tried. Nobody wants to buy it locally. It didn't sell on Java, so yeah. So I'm just using it. Yeah, but I'm completely fine with using a computer that's $300 that can only do 1080p or maybe some low settings 14K or 1440. That doesn't really matter to me too much. And then as far as like when you usually if you watch more than one video on this channel and you've seen Fortnite gameplay footage, 9 out of 10 times is my son and sometimes even my daughter, although she hasn't done anything for me in a while. Usually my son. He's actually the one that's pretty good at that stuff. And I would even say my son said it was probably more expensive than mine. And he mainly just plays Roblox. Although, like I said, Fortnite when he's doing things for me. Because yeah, I'm not good. I've never won a Fortnite match. I think I've came real close. I was top 2 one time, but that was just once. And yeah, so Space Marine 2, I'd probably say is my favorite game right now. This being my favorite game, and I got 15 hours clocked into it. Fallen Order 3.5, none in Battlefront, none in Path of Exile, none in Pirate Warriors, Monster Hunter, I got none. Marvel Rivals, I've got 0 time, but 2.7 is my son playing the game for me for benchmarking. Legacy of Kain, I'm a Soul Reaver fan from back in the day, but even then I only played for 44 minutes before I gave up on it. Hogwarts had me hooked in for a little while. I played pretty hardcore for 2 days, 3 days, and then I gave up because it's just boring. It got boring. I mean, it is kind of boring. I was just trying to get the end game because that seems where all the cool shit happens. But 18 hours there. Guild Wars, I think it's free to play. That's why I put it in the library, but 0 time on it. Final Fantasy 7, I do eventually plan on going back and beating this thing, but I'm not in a rush. 3 hours, mostly benchmarking. Nothing there. Less than an hour played. That's my son doing benchmarking for the 780 build. 5.8 on Combat Masters, and again, that's my son. That's not me. Call of Duty 2.9, also my son, not me. I'm not good at that shit. Black Myth Wukong is the only game that you can say that I spent a lot of time in. It's just under 30 hours, and a big ass chunk of that is from today, grinding levels because the Tiger Vanguard guy is beating my ass right now. Batman, again, 53, less than an hour for the 780 gameplay. Apex Legends, also 0 time played. So, again, guys, so with the whole insults of me not being good, yeah, you're right. I'm not good. I'm not a gamer. I just like to build computers. I build computers. And, again, I'm building game PCs. So, for me to really show what the game PC can do, I have to be able to benchmark it. Benchmark the thing, and to benchmark the thing, I need games. So a lot of these games I bought they were just like on sale for like $5 or $10, so I got them. Like Battlefront, I haven't clocked any game time on now, but I played a lot when I was a kid, so eventually I'll get to it. But I bought Black Myth Wukong like when it first came out, like in October or some shit like that, October or September, or October or maybe November. Pretty sure it was October when I got it. And so 29 hours and 4 months. Yeah, it's not really a lot of time. So yeah, the whole setup, not really that expensive. And game time, not really so much. Yeah, so I guess you can keep the insults coming. It feeds the algorithm or whatnot. And yeah, from time to time I might bite and say some stupid shit and call you a fucking retard or poor. And sometimes I'll just block you right away. But either way, you're going to end up eventually blocked. So I guess if you do get a rise out of me, you've managed to help me feed the algorithm. So that's fine. Again, that's what's happening a lot recently with people talking about the whole 4K. Like, yeah, you can't play it. Yeah, I can set the game in 4K and it plays. So I don't really care about your gripes about frame generation or whatnot. Neither does NVIDIA, which is why the whole 50 series lineup is based off of frame generation. So yeah, suck it. Fuck off. Peace.